Hey, it's SickBoy from the Gaminganarchist Collective, and welcome to the Anarchic Eye for the 26th of November 2013. Well, EA have been seeing some issues on their next-gen ports of FIFA 14. They've found that there's some issues with co-op, they've found that there is disconnection of games resulting in people getting forfeits on their record, and general issues with the netcode. And they've asked their users if they could possibly, QA test this, and they've given them a form to say, please fill in the issues. Now, in general, I would like to see all games come with this kind of reporting mechanism as a standard. However, I have to say, Jesus fucking Christ, EA, something tells me you didn't fully test this. Really? Really? You can't do online matchmaking on the system that is meant to have better netcode, meant to have more servers, meant to be a better system, and yet with a closer to PC architecture, rather than having to do the Xbox versus PS3 having completely different architecture, now they have very similar architecture, and you are fucking it up. Unbelievable. Great. Well done, guys. You're giving people who've got the machine, luckily obviously a lot of people who've got the Xbox One would have got FIFA 14 as a free title, but you're essentially being a beta tester for them because they haven't sorted their shit out. Right, well, Ashes 2013, the sports simulation game, if you're not aware, has just been pulled from Steam. Now, I'm not one for going into Metacritic scores necessarily, but when the user scores are 0.2%, you know you have got an unplayable heap of crap. It has led to a lot of the consumers who have bought this title be absolutely livid, and they are currently seeking a refund because it's been up for pre-purchase on Steam for a little while, and now it's out. It is meant to be an unplayably dreadful mess. So bear that in mind. If you see it elsewhere, if you see, I'm not sure if it's on any other platforms, I'm sure it's available off Steam, steer damn clear of that game. Well, there's a bit of an update from what I referred to yesterday with regards to EA's online pricing. They have now dropped their prices back down to what they were on the PlayStation 3. Still too bloody high, mind. It's still $59.99 for an EA game, which is an absolutely aberration of a price. £59.99 is ridiculous as a price for an annual FIFA title. Absolute, and certainly with Battlefield, when you have to pay for premium on top of that, plus the DLC, it's ridiculous. EA, it's fucking ridiculous. And that is why console gaming is not going to go wholly digital, because you charge far more than discs. And the only way you're going to try and get people to do that is by phasing discs out entirely. And, as I said before, more carrot, less stick. $59.99, you can get fucked if you think I would buy a title, a digital title, for that money. That is absolutely ridiculous, but at least it's gone down that little bit, and it's still significantly higher than it is on the Xbox One. Well, good news for GTA San Andreas fans. The stereotype 'em up that is that marvellous game from the PlayStation 2 era is now going to be available on mobile devices. That's on Kindles, that's on iOS devices, and that is also on Windows tablets. Now, I personally tend to stay clear of those kind of dual stick controlled games on touchscreens, although it is going to be compatible with iOS 7 gamepads, but I digress. The game is going to be coming out. It's something that a lot of people I think are going to be interested in, and there you go. Right, we'll have a couple of updates based on the Xbox One stories I reported yesterday. Thanks to JC Rocky 5, one of our subscribers, has come to me with a bit of information. First of all, he has showed that there are ways of getting around currently the 50Hz, 60Hz issue with compatibility with televisions. It's a workaround, it's imperfect, however you can manage to get the machine to run in 1080p and 50Hz. So the article's in the description field. There is a workaround. There isn't an official word on this. This has been something that people have discovered when playing around with the device. Now, personally, I wish they could have done better and actually had it integrated that way, have the display switch between 50 and 60 frames per second, as my smart TV does when I change inputs. I was hoping that's how they would have done things. Also, he is also one of those people who was banned on Xbox Live. He has confirmed that within 4 hours of having his console, he was banned, and it took 24 hours after dealing with, he didn't receive any notification, but he went to the customer service help desk, and he had his ban removed within 24 hours. Now, I'm glad he's got his ban removed, but the fact that the ban actually existed in the first place with no notification and all that kind of thing is abject bullshit. And as I said yesterday, Microsoft, you need to fix that policy. Because at this rate, are going to come Christmas Day, you're going to end up with every single child who gets an Xbox One who's not going to be aware of this situation, because let's face it, they're not news savvy, they're not really that politically inclined. You're going to find a lot of angry parents with their kids absolutely livid that they've been banned from functions on their Xbox One. Well, a bit of good news for those of you who have had hardware issues with an Xbox One. According to Polygon, they had an issue with their Xbox One and they returned it. It turns out that they received an email back from Microsoft saying that any advanced exchange program people, which presumably is anybody who's got a machine, found it bricked and has sent it back, will have an option of having one of a list of pretty much every launch game from the Xbox One available. We can have one of them as a digital download. Now that includes Zoo Tycoon, that includes Rise. Don't know why you would, to be honest, because I've not heard great things about it. However, Dead Rising 3, I have heard that it's a pretty solid title. FIFA, Forza, so that they are offering that as somewhat of a reconciliation. Now, that is in the US. I'm not certain if it goes elsewhere. For those of you who aren't aware, there's been hardware issues with both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. With regards to the Xbox One, what you need to look out for is if when you put in a disc, it makes it sound like it's chewing the living hell out of it. It judders and chunks. And there's also issues with potentially overheating and smoking. And also with the actual power supply unit failing to work. So those are the things that have been happening. If you experience any of those, don't tough it out. Go straight back to your retailer, particularly someone like Amazon, where they have a very good service exchange policy. In fact, in some cases, even Microsoft have said in the past, don't come to Microsoft, go to Amazon. If you went to Amazon, they'll actually exchange it for you quicker than Microsoft in fact will. Whether that means, of course, if you exchange it through Amazon, you'll actually get that free game, I don't know. But be very cautious and do not accept a faulty product. Don't wait it out. Don't just deal with it. Make sure you get it back and get what you've paid for. Anyway, guys, you've been looking through the 2020 vision of the Anarchic Eye. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you guys later.